As part of his plan to Trump-proof California, Governor Gavin Newsom announced today that he's going to give $7,500 to anyone wanting to buy an all-electric vehicle. But let me warn you, it's not free money. In fact, you're going to end up paying the price for all those incentives. Coming up, we'll tell you about Newsom's scam and what we're doing to fight back. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and Newsom is trying to grab a bunch of national attention. He's saying that he's going to Trump-proof California, and it's a wide range of issues that he's trying to raise, that Trump is going to hurt Californians, and only Gavin can protect Californians from the damage. Dude, you are doing more damage than anyone can imagine. What we need is to Newsom-proof California. The latest comes from the Associated Press. Newsom says California could offer electric vehicle rebates if Trump eliminates the federal tax credit. So this is one of many policies that Newsom is pointing to and saying, Orange man bad, Trump is bad, look what he's going to do to California. Trump has said, rightfully so, by the way, that government should not be picking winners and losers. Government shouldn't be taking and raising taxes on all Americans to then take the money and reward the handful of Americans that are doing what government wants. We all know that the liberals are trying to use your taxpayer money to give rebates, incentives, discounts, subsidies to people who buy all electric vehicles, thereby making it cheaper for them to buy something that's actually more expensive when you just look at what the market price would ordinarily be. You are on the hook to pay for those rebates in the form of higher taxes or fewer services or more debt, combination thereof. In California, Newsom says that if Trump eliminates the federal tax rebate for electric vehicle buyers, that the state of California government will backfill. And it's not a small price tag either. California Globe has this story that shows that we're talking about $7,500 per rebate, which is an absolutely insane amount of money. Now, the Associated Press is covering the story and wondering out loud that, Trump has not exactly, or Newsom has not exactly indicated how he wants to pay for this. Officials didn't say how much the program would cost or how the rebates would work. They're just saying free money, free money. Okay. They've got the state's greenhouse gas reduction fund. They say that it's funded by polluters under the state's cap and trade program. Now, that sounds very innocuous. It's funded by polluters. Now, do you think that that means you? You should, because in actuality, you are funding the state's greenhouse gas reduction fund. You pay higher prices for your gasoline, for your electricity, for all types of products that are made with carbon-based fuels. It's called the cap and trade tax, cap and trade tax. They applied it years ago. It's coming up for reauthorization. I'm going to oppose it. I think we got to get rid of it. But we're talking about not a small amount of money. And in fact, how much is spent with the cap and trade program? At least $54 billion over a 2-year budget period. $54 billion. $54 billion. That's a crap ton of money. It's a big chunk of the state's budget. Nearly 20% of the state's overall budget. So when you look at this, you are paying for those $7,500 air rebates or electric vehicle rebates. The Associated Press should explain this, but instead what they do is they try to soften the blow to you by saying that it's funded by polluters. No, it's funded by you. It's a cap and trade program. Doesn't sound like the word tax, but it is. because government is increasing your cost, then taking the money and then giving the money to people that, or spending the money on programs, giving it to people that it thinks, are doing the right thing. That's what we call taxes. They take money from people like you, then they put it into a budget, and then they appropriate and spend the budget on things that they think the public should get. It's called taxation, not this nebulous free money unicorn that farts out, gold bullion. So $7,500 is what you, the state taxpayer, would be on the hook for. So if Newsom thinks that he can give $7,500 in these electric vehicle rebates, imagine what he could do if he just said, let's return the money to the hardworking Californians who are paying higher gas prices, who are paying about 30 cents per gallon more with the cap and trade tax. So if you got rid of the cap and trade tax just on one item, which is gasoline, because it's applied to everything, you would save 30 cents per gallon on every gallon of gas that you buy. I think you'd probably like to see that. Now, let's just do a little bit of math. If you just got rid of that 30 cents times 20 gallons, which is the typical tank, and you gas up once per week, that's $312 that every driver could immediately get back in their pocket just on the cap and trade impacts on gas. But no. Instead of giving $312 back to you, he wants to take $312 from you and give these $7,500 zero emission electric vehicle rebates. One of the other things that is interesting about his rebate program is that Newsom said that he's going to possibly exclude Tesla. He's going to exclude Tesla. Now, I wonder why. Tesla is the biggest EV maker of vehicles, but why would he target Tesla and say you're not eligible? Well, you know why, right? He says it's to stimulate competition with other electric vehicle manufacturers. BS. You're trying to retaliate against Elon Musk because he supported Donald Trump in the election. Dude, stop trying to pretend like you're not. Everyone knows that that's what you're doing. You're a petulant bully. And, again, I don't believe in the EV rebates. Get rid of them. We shouldn't be picking winners and losers. But what's so amazing about this is that he wants you to pay more so that then he can give it to certain winners and losers. And if some of those so-called winners don't support his political agenda or his favored candidate for president, well, then they're going to be losers. Again, this is a complete and utter scam proposal. It's right for President Trump to eliminate it at the federal level, and Newsom saying that he's going to Trump-proof California by creating his own state program. You need to know it's at your expense, and it is corrupt. Now, if you want to deal with in the environment, there are so many common sense ways that we could improve the environment. You don't have to ban all gas-powered cars. You can let people buy cars that they can afford and the type of energy that they want to consume. And by the way, again, our air quality has never been better, except near the Mexico border. And this is where Newsom refuses to declare a state of emergency on Tijuana sewage, raw sewage that the Baja Mexican government, the Tijuana municipal government, refused to clean up. They don't want to, invest in sewage treatment, proper sewage treatment plants and facilities. And so we have routine raw sewage spills in the Tijuana estuary right at our border. Half the year, at least one, if not more, of our beaches in San Diego County are closed because of the raw sewage from Tijuana. Half the year. And I have a proposal out that says, let's fix the sewage crisis. And I would do it by saying, build a toilet bowl, make Mexico pay for it, and close the border any one day that we have to close one of our beaches. The reason why I want to have this 3-step program is that it is absolutely easy, doable, simple for Tijuana as a municipality and the Baja state to do what any normal civilization does: clean up your poop water. They don't do it because it costs more money to do the sort of upgrades in their infrastructure. And the reason why they're not going to do it is that the consequence of sewage spills doesn't hurt their shoreline because they know that the water flows north. The gringos will be able to suffer the damages. And that's why they're basically, for the last 40 years, they've allowed this crap literally to happen. But there's another issue besides the water quality degradation and the impact of the water environmental quality. It's the air. Here's from the Union Tribune. Air District issues odor advisory weeks after developing air quality system. In other words, it's stinky down at the border because of the sewage spills. So the San Diego County Air Quality or Air Pollution Control District said that levels of sewer gases are above state thresholds. Sounds like this is a real clean air crisis. But do you see any Democrats, clamoring to fix the problem? Of course not. I mean, this is a true impact on air quality and water quality. You want to protect the environment? Don't give $7,500 rebates to electric vehicle buyers at your expense, by the way, your higher cost of living, the higher cost of your gasoline. Instead, clean up the poop water coming in from our friends in Mexico. But you see, the Democrats don't want to do that because they don't want to offend their cross-border partners. I'm sorry, but they're not good neighbors. They're dumping raw sewage right at the border, and it's impacting our water quality and our air quality. And so here's just the latest. Says, quote, the district's air monitoring equipment in Nestor, which is a community down in South Bay, San Diego, recorded concentrations of hydrogen sulfide, a toxic gas that smells like rotten eggs, above the state standard of 30 parts per billion. The limit, which is intended to protect against headaches and nausea, is also designed to protect sensitive groups such as children, the elderly, people with certain health conditions. But the children! By the way, the minority communities, those communities in South Bay are predominantly majority minority. And yet, you don't consider this environmental racism? Huh? Do we have any, concept of that? Again, the hypocrisy of Democrats on stunning display. When they sit there wanting to give rich white liberals $7,500 in EV rebates at your expense because they are saving the environment, which they're not. We've talked about that on other podcasts, how those electric vehicles are actually worse for the environment. But they don't want to do the easy stuff because they don't want to offend their cross-border counterparts. Insane. Look, at Reform California, we take a different approach to California issues than traditional Republicans. We are all about common sense, and we believe in protecting the environment, which is why when we talk about the folly of $7,500 EV mandates and rebates, we do so not because we don't like the environment. We love the environment, but because it's wrong for you, the taxpayer, to be forced to subsidize others to pick winners or losers. Plus, it's not good for the environment. We have better ideas on protecting the environment, like this one right here. My hope is that you'll join us in this fight. Sound off in the comments below. Do you think we should get rid of the $7,500 electric vehicle rebates? Would you be willing to pay $320 or so a year in higher gas prices so that you can subsidize someone who's more affluent who wants to drive an electric vehicle? Sound off in the comments below. Share this video so more people know about the scam that's about to happen. And do check out Reform California. Sign up as a subscriber. It's free. We'll keep you updated on our campaigns and news on California politics, but also chip in a contribution so we can continue the fight to take back our state from far left insanity and promote common sense policies. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.